Hello, hello. So, me and my friend Wolfy, or Star, decided to do a terrible thing and read her old Sonic XOC fanfiction. Spoilers, it's really bad. It's terrible, but it was a hella fun to read. Enjoy your suffering.
Yeah.
Now recording.
My God, that was terrifying!
What
That was scary!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hell. Yes, you heard me correct. This is Hell. For those who don't know me, I'm known as Wolfy Face, and I am joined here by Varmint, and the two of us are going to adventure into cringy Sonic XOC story of mine that I wrote a few years ago.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How old were you when you made this?
I was honestly about like 10 or 11. As always, you will be the wonderful narrator who will narrate this story.
You will fail to narrate the story.
Prologue. Alright, so, from my calculations, she's not here anymore. And it's detecting that she's not even in this world. How strange. Well then, wherever you are, I hope you're safe. Nikki.
Chapter 1. Sonic, I'm so proud of you! Sonic, I'm so proud of you! Amy said, running up to him with a long-distance hug.
It was really nothing, Amy.
No, do it in the Sonic voice.
It was really nothing, Amy.
He said that out of breath, as Amy then smiled. Sonic, what's up? She said, backing away from Sonic as he then turned around confused. As a large piece of metal swung at him, his eyes widened. You failed to use any commas.
I literally used the word as so many times.
No! I thought I used as a lot. God damn. His eyes widened as he then looked up in confused surprise as he saw a strange figure standing in front of him with a blue flamed axe. What? The figure didn't. It only swung at the piece of metal, slicing it in half. She turned then to see Sonic look at her. She froze and dashed away from Sonic.
Hey,
Sonic
wait!
called out, "Oh, fuck!"
My bad.
She froze and dashed away as Sonic called out.
Hey, wait!
He said, following the figure. It was fast, but hopefully not as fast as Sonic. Then stopped. What?
Huh?
He looked around.
Wait. Where did it go?
He remembered looking around.
I better tell Tails about this.
He said, rushing away. Sonic! How could you leave me? Amy screamed as Sonic then shook his head.
Oh, sorry. Have you seen Tails? You can't do this shit, bro.
Amy nodded at the large half-sliced metal. He's over there. Sonic walked over to Tails as he looked at his friend's okay, let me just read that. Sonic walked up to his friend's Tails as he fuck! Sonic walked over to Tails as he looked at his friend curiously.
Tails, there's something I have to talk to you about.
Tails turned.
Oh, I'm Tails too, huh?
Yeah.
What is it, Sonic?
Oh. Sonic murmured.
Something happened. I saw a figure. I followed it, and it disappeared.
Sonic said as Tails gave a confused look.
I'm confused, Sonic.
Sonic then shook his head, grabbing him.
I'll tell you back at home, alright?
Tails nodded, still confused as he followed Sonic through the bushes that led into the village.
Alright, so, you know how that metal was sliced? Well, guess what? I didn't do that! Some strange figure came just in time that saved me, I followed it, but like I said, it vanished.
Tails then chuckled.
So you're telling me a strange figure saved your life and then poof, vanished?
That was like the most normal thing of it. Sonic nodded.
Well, I can set up a trap for you if you'd like.
Tails offered, pointing at the selection of gears.
Okay, you do that, and tell me when you caught it.
Chapter 2.
Hey, Sonic, I think we caught it.
Tails said, approaching him.
Look at the footage I took. You're right. I really can't see it that well, but the trap caught it at least.
Tails said as Sonic spoke.
Can I see it?
Tails nodded, leading him away towards his lab.
Ta-da!
He said, looking at the figure uneasily.
That's it? What even is it?
Tails shrugged.
Well, if you ask me, it looks a lot like you, Sonic.
Fuck! Sonic slowly chuckled.
That's impossible. There's only one me, right?
He said, poking at the figure as it then stood up and sliced the net in half.
That's you. That's you.
Oh. Wait, I was supposed Who are you? Get away! Sonic raised his arms.
No, we're not here to hurt you.
Sonic did his best to get a glimpse at the figure. Where am I? The figure spoke. And who are you? Tails spoke.
I'm Tails, and he's Sonic. We're friendly.
The figure froze. So you're not gonna hurt me? Sonic shook his head.
No, of course not.
The figure looked down.
I'm Tails, and he's Sonic. We're friendly.
No.
Where are we?
Read the who are you? Sonic.
Who are you?
Sonic asked as the figure faced him. She then took off a black mask, revealing her face. She had the fur of Sonic and the eyes of him. All that was new was a dark blue line that went through the middle of her eyes, and lastly a blue scarf that had a white star on it.
My name's Nikki. Nikki the Hedgehog.
Sonic rose.
You look a lot like me. So what are you doing here?
Nikki spoke.
I'm not supposed to be here. This isn't my home.
Tails stared at her as he spoke.
Can I examine you?
Nikki spoke.
What do you mean?
Tails then nervously laughed.
Just so I can see if I can find your DNA to your universe.
Tails suggested, as then he smiled. Nikki slowly nodded as she followed Tails. Tails led her out the door as he then glared at Sonic.
Oh, stop blushing, will you?
Sonic's ears perked as Tails smirked, closing the door.
Blushing? I'm not blushing. I barely met her. Right?
Sonic thought for a moment. He turned towards the door, leaving the lab and walking towards the woods. Chapter 3.
Can I just take a pause here to warn everybody this is where the cringe begins? I'm thinking about it now.
I'm sorry, but how narcissistic does this man gotta be to fall in love with a basically female version of him?
That's what I was saying. I don't know what little me was thinking, honestly. Let me do chapter 3 in my best British accent. Chapter 3.
That's country! What the
Sonic followed the path that led more deep into
Okay,
the
so I'm gonna need you to read it, but in a way that people can understand what you're saying.
Sonic followed the pathway that led more deeper into the woods. He sat down on a cliff that had a nice view on the sea. He looked down below to see the beautiful flowers that circled around it. Sonic smiled softly to himself as he stared at the sea. He wasn't a huge fan of water, but he had to admit, the view was nice. He then sighed as he lay down on his back, viewing the sky. I hope I can actually see her again, he murmured, falling asleep. Sonic, wake up! Sonic sat up confused as he looked at Tails. Finally! Alright, I got her DNA! The portal to her home I'm also working on. Sonic stood. Where is she? Tails turned. She's right here. He froze as she had disappeared. Nikki? He panicked. He panicked. Sonic Nicki Minaj.
Nikki.
He panicked. Can you imagine like Tails turning around and going, "Where did Nicki Minaj go?"
Space, let's go to the way.
Sonic glanced around the cliff where he saw Nikki near the bed of flowers. Ah, there she is. Sonic led Tails down the cliff and down by the sea. What are you doing here, Nikki? Nikki turned and spoke.
I've seen a lot near my home, but this I've never seen in my life.
Her hands felt the soft flowers.
And these are very beautiful.
She said, turning to feel the soft petals of the flowers.
This place is amazing.
She said, turning to I said, turning to somebody. At this point, she's going in a 360 circle. I'm not even lying. She said, turning to Sonic as she softly smiled. Sonic quickly spoke. I'm glad you like them, but Sonic froze, staring up at the sunset.
Come on, guys. We have to go inside.
Nikki's ears pricked quickly, standing up, grabbing both of them by their arms, and running. She's faster than you! Sonic was surprised as Nikki then rolled inside the leg, letting go of them. How the fuck do you run and roll with them while holding their hand? Why did you run for? Nikki looked up.
Night eaters.
She screamed. Tails froze.
Wait. Night eaters!
You can you wanna do 90 just one more time? For the people in the back. She screamed. Tails froze. Night eaters? Oh, Tails froze. Night eaters? I don't think we have that here. Sonic spoke. What even is a night eater? Nikki spoke.
Forgive me. It's just where I come from. During the night, these weird wolf creatures come out and attack the village or everyone outside. If you get bit by them, wait, fuck. If you're bit by one, you turn into one. And there's no cure. Alright, Mr. Sonic Unleashed. What the fuck? Anyway.
She then spoke.
I thought they were here too.
She said, looking down ashamed. Sonic bent down on one knee and hugged her, and then let go. It's fine, he said, standing up. Chapter 4.
Why are you even helping me? She said. You almost died. Sonic stood.
Yes, true, but you saved me. I followed you in the woods, but you vanished. I was desperate to know who you were, so I kinda set up a trap with Tails, and, well, here you are.
Nikki smiled, and then she blushed, but quickly turned to see a voice call. Sonic! Nikki, surprised as a pink figure ran up to him and jumped on a desperate hug. Sonic dodged the leap as the future... What? Sonic dodged the leap as the future fell backwards. You're supposed to catch me, she said, standing up. And who's she? Tails smiled.
No. You gotta give that some attitude.
And who's she?
Oh, yeah! Okay.
Tails smiled.
Her name is Nikki. She's from another dimension. Sonic held out his hand. Oh, that's
Sonic held out his hand for Nikki as she took it. Thanks, she murmured as the moment was what? Sir Peter interrupted. What about me? Sonic held her up as then he spoke.
Nikki, this is Amy. Amy, this is Nikki.
Amy held out her hand for Nikki's, but Nikki froze, not wanting to shake. Fuck! The handshake back. You're supposed to shake my hand, silly. Nikki silly took Amy's hand, quickly releasing it from her grip. Fuck! So, right. Sonic! I thought about our future child today. A girl, of course. Her name would be Sammy. Sonic froze.
Amy?
Amy began again. And she'll and she'll have my fur and your green eyes.
Amy.
She'll be so beautiful and have a handsome husband.
Amy, please, enough with the child talk. We're not even dating.
Amy blushed. Yes, I know, but just in case, she winked as Nikki gave an unsettling look at her. Sonic? She asked, going closer to him. tomorrow, can you take me to the flowers again? Sonic nodded.
Sure, I've got nothing better to do. That works.
Tails smiled.
Come on, Nikki. Let me take you to your room. I installed it earlier.
Bitch, he installed a fucking room?
Yes,
Nikki nodded, following him out the lab door and into another room. Why do you have time for her, but not me? What about our date? Sonic blushed.
It's not a date. We're just going to hang out there is all.
Sonic said, leaving the lab, not wanting to hear Amy's complaining as he turned away towards his room and lay down. Sonic woke up, hearing the sounds of rustling. He sat up and walked towards the outside where he saw Nikki staring at the windy breeze. Sonic, what the fuck is happening? Sonic approached her and smiled.
Why are you here so early?
He asked as Nikki turned, embarrassed. Hold on. Oh, sorry. I was just admiring the view. That's all. Nikki said, turning Nikki said, turning to face him softly. Sonic then sat down beside her.
I wouldn't blame you. It's very nice.
Sonic murmured softly as he turned towards her. You're very lucky, Sonic. You have everything here. But for me, I barely have anything. Sonic raised an eyebrow.
What do you mean?
She looked down. After Eggman took all the Chaos Emeralds, he used them to wipe out half our population, and all of the most beautiful, precious things we had are all gone, she said, as her ears dropped. If only these things returned. Sonic smiled, grabbing her hand into his.
It's all right. Everything will be perfect. You'll see.
Nikki looked at him surprised. As she smiled, facing the sun rays up from the dark. You see this?
Chapter 5. There we go. Nikki stared at her hands as she noticed Sonic hadn't let go. She smiled, leaning on his shoulder. Sonic's ears pricked as he froze. Why was he feeling this way? Was there a specific reason? Sonic then smiled and joined the view.
Sonic?
Amy said as she froze, noticing the two together.
No way! He doesn't!
She thought. She then looked down, turning away, running.
Tails!
She screamed.
Portal right now!
Am I lagging out? Tails looked surprised. Amy, calm down. No, ow. Hold on, wait. Amy, calm down. It takes time. Go with Sonic. She snarled.
He's with Nikki, and he's...
She dropped to her knees with tears. You gotta cry. I want to hear you cry.
Fuck! You messed me up! He's letting her get close to him. He doesn't even love her, right? Impossible.
She screamed with tears as Sonic stepped inside. Amy, what's wrong? Amy turned with tears as she ran up to him and grabbing him.
Okay, come follow me.
She said, pulling him away. Why, Amy? Let go, he said as he finally shook her off.
Sonic, I love you.
He screamed. Why
can't you realize that? Why don't you care about my feelings for you?
Nikki heard the commotion, turning the corner with a peek.
I love Nikki so. Don't forget, I knew you longer.
Sonic screamed. Oh fuck no! I gotta scream. I don't love Nikki. You're dumb enough to know that. Don't fight already, and just admit to yourself that I'll never, ever love Nikki. Nikki's ears dropped as she took a step back from the corner. Amy noticed the figure move, and she found out who it was. Nikki froze and murmured.
Sonic?
She said. Sonic turned to face her. Amy hesitated.
Should I tell him about Nikki, or...
Amy grabbed Sonic by his scarf and kissed him. Surprisingly, Sonic didn't back down as he kissed her back. Nikki's ears dropped as she ran. This is her thought. Nikki thought as she ran past the trees and made her way towards the lab.
Tails?
Nikki said, spotting the two-tailed fox. Oh, hello, Nikki. Why are you here? Nikki wiped her tears, keeping a straight face.
Please, what has the portal done?
Tails pressed a button. Well, I can't figure out how it could possibly work, but you would have to stay a few more days. Tails then smiled. Actually, I'll be right back. Nikki stared at the portal as she then noticed a cable that seemed to be a bit plugged out. He plugged it back in and the portal began to open.
Oh, I fixed it. Now I can go back home.
She froze. She wouldn't want to leave Sonic after everything they've been through. She couldn't quite
Everything they've been through, just sitting in the flower field.
literally known each other for 2 days.
For real.
Where am I? Jesus, okay. She couldn't quite understand it, but she couldn't leave. She just couldn't. Sonic meant a lot to her.
Sonic.
She loved him. Chapter 6!
Nikki left the lab and Tails returned.
Did you find out the problem?
Nikki shook her head. No, sorry. Have you seen Sonic?
Tails nodded. Actually, yeah. He went to the cliff again.
Nikki smiled as she rushed off to find him. Then she tripped on a large branch and stood up again, running farther into the woods and willows. Sonic! She yelled, as then spotted him next to the batches of flowers. Sonic! Sonic turned, surprised as he stood up.
Oh, hey, Nikki.
He said, approaching her. Nikki backed away with a shiver.
What's wrong?
Nikki then spoke. Is it true? Sonic looked confused.
Sorry, I'm a bit lost.
He said as Nikki then yelled, I saw you fuck! I saw you kiss Amy, Sonic! I saw you kiss Amy, Sonic! You told her that I was nothing to you, that you hated me! He did not say that! Sonic's ears dropped.
No, I didn't mean that, really.
Nikki then yelled again. Then why did you kiss her? She screamed.
I don't know. I don't love Amy, Nikki.
Nikki then shouted, Stop lying! Lying is spelled wrong. You have no proof. How do you give proof if you don't love someone?
I
Girl, what?
Little me
At the
didn't
last
know.
moment she knew, Sonic had kissed her, but it was a sorrowful kiss. He held her tight, kissing her ass, then he let go.
There's my proof.
He said, placing his hand under her chin, raising her head up.
I love you, Nikki.
He said.
Please understand that.
Nikki then froze. But Sonic, I've only known you for a few months. Months!
2 days.
Sonic smiled.
Exactly. That's how long I've never found love until I met you.
Nikki smiled, pulling him close as she kissed him back and then hugged him. I love you too, Sonic. She murmured, as then she looked up at him. He then held her hand, leading her down the pathway back to the village. Stop! Amy froze, seeing the two together. She growled. What's going on, Sonic? I thought you loved me now! Sonic froze, confused, as he shook his head.
Sorry, Amy.
He said, turning away, holding Nikki's hand. Nikki blushed lightly, following the blue figure through the mist of the pathways that led to a small house near the willows of beautiful pine trees. I swear to God, if they start having like fucking sex, I'm gonna actually collapse.
No. I don't think I could have done that, honestly. Little me didn't know how to write not safe for work yet. And let me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Pardon?
You just said. Okay, you know, just read it.
No, you heard nothing. Come on.
I'm leaving that in.
Come on. Let's go inside.
Nikki followed him as she sat down and sat near Sonic's edge. She leaned in his shoulder, falling asleep into his grasp. Chapter 7.
Nikki spent more months with Sonic. She enjoyed his company more than anyone. He was just perfect for her. Until Sonic had approached Nikki with a smile. Hey, Nikki, I got you something. He turned to be surprised with a beautiful rose. I found out the flowers. It just finished growing. She took the rose and blushed.
Thanks, Sonic.
Her voice is completely different.
Okay, so something happens to the audio here, and Wolfy's lines just completely disappeared. It's just me talking, so to put it simple, Sonic asked Nikki to be his girlfriend, which we already thought they were dating, but we were wrong. So that's literally it. That's how it ends. She's like, I have to go. I lied about the portal. I can actually go home, but I need to go home because my friends need me. And that's it. That's it. That's how it ended. So...
Yo, while she's gone, y'all should make fanfictions of me and Star. What? I said nothing.
Hey fellas, if you made it long enough into this video, I hope you don't beat my fucking ass for this shit. I'm sorry. I couldn't finish it. This is over 25 minutes long, okay? I am a poor person working on fucking CapCut alone by myself editing a whole 25-minute video. I cannot do that! Alright. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Go check out the Earth Girls channel. We'll do more shit like this, but it's not going to be edited. It's just going to be raw fucking footage. So, it's going to be long. I'm going to start. There's going to be a little thingy thing. A Google a form in there so you can suggest fucking terrible ass fanfictions. Don't send us good ones. Send us terrible ones on purpose.